Number 6 is to think about your digital marketing. So this is one thing I am very passionate about. I've done a lot of this kind of stuff for a lot of different areas in the emerging tech world. So in cybersecurity, things like blockchain and quantum computing, all that stuff. I work with a guy he's really getting into the whole quantum computing thing. So I'm helping him with a lot of this kind of stuff. And I think there's a ton of opportunities here for you to really get yourself known in the UAS industry, not in and not just in your little local area where you're offering up drone services. You can do things like what we're doing here right now and meet with people over the internet, share your knowledge with people, help them do the things that you're doing, and I think the internet is just an amazing tool for doing that. So when I talk about digital marketing, you've got two different kinds of marketing is the way I look at it is you've got the digital marketing and then you've got your offline marketing, the things that you're doing that are not that really don't involve the internet, right? So things like printing up brochures and taking them out to businesses, or maybe you have decals on your truck or your car that shows this is my business, this is what we do, here's my website or my phone number, right? So you've got some of those offline things that you can do, but then you've also got some digital marketing things you can do. And this right here is what I call the drone digital dominance method. I do have a workshop on this. I'm working on a book that really goes into these in a much more detail to help you specific to the UAS industry. Some of this stuff is very generic stuff. Email marketing, for example, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Google and search for email marketing. You're going to find a gajillion things about email marketing. Okay. You're going to find a gajillion things about SEO, which is search engine optimization. You're going to find a gajillion things about how to build a social media campaign, things like that. What I'm doing here is I'm really focusing on the UAS industry. And the reason I think that there is a need for people who know this stuff, but can really specialize in a particular industry is because you know how to talk about it. You know how to explain it to people. You know how to make it clear to people what it is that you're doing and how it makes their lives easier. Okay. So when we're talking about drones, for example, the drones are oftentimes just the tool that you're using to solve somebody's problem. All right. Educators are drone. I've got teachers that are trying to teach STEM education. They're trying to teach kids how to code. They're trying to teach kids the engineering design process. Drones are the tool to do that. Okay. So if you're doing some sort of aerial mapping or aerial surveying or some sort of photography or whatever it is that you might be doing, your drone is your tool. It's just your tool that you're using to solve a problem for your client. And then what you do is over here on the digital marketing side of things is you talk to that person who is your potential client and how your services solves their problem. One example I use quite frequently because I feel like a lot of people can really understand this is let's say you're a photographer and you want to start adding in drone photography, cinematography, videography, etc. Okay. And you might be a photographer that you really focus on weddings. Okay. And the reason I use this as an example is because I feel like the majority of us have either participated in a wedding or we've been to a wedding, we get what they are. And so you're not going to go to a bride and a groom who are planning their special day and say, I've got this fancy drone and look at what it does. And we use this technology and the battery lasts for 45 minutes. And you're not going to talk about that kind of stuff with them, right? You're going to show them all of the different and unique photography or photographs and videos that you can make for them for their special day. They probably want to share it on social media. They probably want to share it with their friends and their family, right? On your website, on your thought leadership pieces, on your book account, you're going to be talking to brides and grooms about that, not necessarily about drones. Okay. So in the drone digital dominance method, that's what I really talk about is how do you use all of these different things in order to talk to the people that you're trying to help them with your drone services. Okay. So real quick, SEO is search engine optimization. This is how when you type into Google and websites come up, this is how do you make your company come up first, second, or third, ideally first, right? PPC is pay per click. This is going to be things like Facebook ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads, things like that, so that you can really target the right people that you're trying to sell your services to. Branded website. You should have at least a website that's got your name, your company name, how to contact you, some of the services that you offer. You should have at minimum that. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with a website to really market your business. Social media, that's going to be things like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. I just started a TikTok account last week. I'm taking a class on it and I'm learning a ton. It's interesting. I'm trying to reach the younger crowd to help them learn more about this industry. So that's been fun for me. But things like Pinterest, all sorts of different social media channels that are out there. You don't have to do all of them. You really should just pick one or two that you really like, that you enjoy, that you feel like you can really dominate. Email marketing is going to be things like you guys got your notifications to come to this training session, right? Yeah, I've got that email set up, that email system set up to make sure that you get that reminder. Reputation management, and sorry that it's cut off there, but that should say reputation management. This is going to be things like your Google My Business profile, especially if you're a local business, you should have a Google My Business profile, getting things like Google reviews, getting those 5-star reviews. Thought leadership is going to be things like going out and giving presentations to your target audience. So again, let's go back to the example of brides and grooms that they're planning their special day, right? You might go to a wedding conference and give a presentation about how do we get you, some unique images for your special day. You can give a presentation on that. You might also give a presentation to other photographers about how you use drones to create these images for a bride and groom special day, right? And thought leadership can also be things like having a podcast for your target audience. It can be things like having a YouTube channel, putting out things like white papers, things like that. And then continuous improvement is with everything. We always want to make sure that we're just getting better. We want to get better at everything that we do. So you're looking at all of these things are going to have analytics behind the scenes. You're going to be able to see what is it that people like, what is it that they don't like, and then let's do more of what they like and fix the things that they don't like. All right? So you can look at those analytics behind the scenes to make sure that you're continually improving your marketing.